What if tomorrow no longer belongs to us? Let's take a leap of imagination and travel a century into the future, to the year 2150. A time where humanity finds itself in an unsettling predicament, trapped under the suffocating grip of a dystopian society. Picture this: a world where liberty is an alien concept, where the air is thick with despair and the streets echo with the hollow laughter of a forgotten past. This is a world under the oppressive rule of a corrupt government, an entity known as the Directorate. They are the puppet masters pulling the strings of society, dictating every aspect of life with an iron fist, and ruthlessly suppressing any form of dissent. Now cast your mind back to the cities we once knew. Remember their vibrance, their energy, the hum of life that was a constant soundtrack. Today, these cities are but shadows of their former selves. The once bustling streets are now desolate, the laughter and chatter replaced by an eerie silence. The colorful cityscapes have faded into a monochrome palette, a stark reminder of the joy that once was. But amidst this desolation, the arrogant monuments of the past stand tall. Towering skyscrapers, they were once symbols of human achievement and progress. Today they serve as a constant reminder of our past arrogance, casting long shadows over the ruins below. They stand unchallenged, a testament to humanity's fall from grace. This is not a world of dreams, but a nightmare reality, a chilling vision of the future where freedom is a forbidden fruit, where the human spirit is shackled and the will to live is constantly tested. A world where hope is a luxury few can afford. And so we find ourselves in a bleak future, a time where humanity is trapped, and the tomorrow we once looked forward to with anticipation no longer belongs to us. Welcome to the year 2150, where freedom is but a distant memory. Imagine a world where your every move is watched, every thought controlled. Welcome to the year 2150, the once vibrant pulse of human life has been replaced with a cold, mechanical rhythm. This is life in our dystopia. Every day the citizens of this once great civilization wake to the dull drone of the Directorate's anthem, a constant reminder of their servitude. Their lives are not their own but belong to the Directorate. The streets are patrolled by emotionless enforcers, their cold metallic eyes scanning for any sign of dissent. The laws here are not designed to protect, but to control. The Directorate does not tolerate disobedience. Curfews are enforced with brutal efficiency, and privacy is a forgotten concept. Homes are open to random inspections, conversations are monitored, and even the subtlest hint of rebellion is met with swift and merciless punishment. The citizens live in a state of constant fear, stripped of basic human rights and freedoms. Expression is stifled, creativity is quashed, and individuality is a crime. The people are not people but numbers, cogs in the giant machine that is the Directorate. Education is a tool of indoctrination, with children taught to revere the Directorate and reject any form of independent thought. The media is a puppet of the government, spewing propaganda and distorting the truth to maintain the illusion of order and control. In this world, the concept of hope is dangerous. Dreaming of a better future is a luxury few can afford. Yet, amidst the oppression and despair, the human spirit endures. It flickers in the hearts of the downtrodden, a spark waiting for the right moment to ignite a revolution. But until that day comes, survival remains the ultimate challenge. Here, life is not a gift, but a test, a never-ending struggle against the oppressive might of the Directorate. In this world, survival is not a right, but a privilege granted by the Directorate. What happens when power is concentrated in the hands of the few? In the year 2150, we find the answer to this question in the oppressive rule of the Directorate, the corrupt government that has gripped humanity in its iron fist. The Directorate, a name that rings with authority and control, is not just a government. It's an embodiment of absolute power, a power that corrupts absolutely. It thrives in the shadows of towering skyscrapers, monuments to an arrogant past, and rules over the ruins of once vibrant cities. But how does the Directorate maintain this iron grip? The answer is simple and chilling: fear. Fear is their most potent tool, wielded with ruthless precision. It's the invisible chains that bind the masses, keeping them docile and compliant. Fear of punishment, fear of dissent, fear of standing out from the crowd. These are the threads that weave the fabric of this dystopian society. The Directorate manipulates this fear, twisting it to serve their ends. They have turned humanity into puppets, dancing to their sinister tune. They dictate the narrative, shaping reality to fit their vision. Any form of opposition is crushed mercilessly, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. Dissent is not just discouraged, it's a death sentence. They have created a society where the individual is insignificant, where the collective exists only to serve the Directorate. The people are not citizens but subjects, stripped of their rights and freedoms. They are cogs in the machine, pieces in the grand chessboard of the Directorate's power games, and yet the Directorate's rule is not absolute. There are whispers of rebellion, faint echoes of defiance, but these are stories for another time. The Directorate does not rule for the people, but instead the people exist for the Directorate. This is the harsh reality of life in the year 2150, a chilling testament to what happens when power is concentrated in the hands of the few. Is there any hope left in a world ruled by fear? A question that permeates the air of the year 2150, echoing off the cold metallic walls of the towering skyscrapers that dominate the landscape. Amidst the despair and oppression, a spark of resistance flickers, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. In every corner of the dystopia, whispers of rebellion begin to stir. They're faint at first, like the distant rumble of thunder before a storm, yet they grow louder with each passing day, a symphony of voices refusing to be silenced. These are the voices of the brave, the resilient, the defiant. They are the voices of those who dare to dream of a world beyond the iron grip of the Directorate. The potential for change is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to be born. There are those among us who have seen the cracks in the Directorate's facade, who have witnessed the tremors of dissent that threaten to shatter their reign. They are the ones who dare to ask, what if? What if the world could be different? What if we could break free from the chains of oppression? Despite the bleak reality, the human spirit remains unbroken. It is in our nature to resist, to strive for better, to seek light in the darkest of times. Even when faced with the harshest of conditions, we find ways to hold on to hope. We plant seeds of rebellion and water them with whispers of change, nurturing them until they grow into a force that can shake the very foundations of the dystopia. The flame of hope is not easily extinguished. It dances in the hearts of the brave, casting shadows of doubt on the Directorate's reign. It flickers in the eyes of the defiant, illuminating the path towards a future free from fear. So, is there any hope left in a world ruled by fear? Yes, there is. Because even in the darkest of times, the flame of hope continues to flicker. So, what does this dystopian society tell us about our future? Let's take a moment to distill the key points from our journey into the year 2150. The dystopian society we've explored is a chilling vision of a potential future, where power is concentrated in the hands of a few, individual freedoms are suppressed, and humanity's spirit is tested to its limits. Firstly, the dangers of power concentration cannot be understated. In our dystopia, the Directorate rules unopposed, their authority absolute. This is a future where checks and balances have been eradicated, and the result is a tyranny that stifles innovation, creativity, and progress. It's a stark reminder that power, in the wrong hands or without proper oversight, can lead to devastating consequences. Secondly, we see the importance of individual freedoms. In the dystopian society, citizens are stripped of their basic rights, their voices silenced, and their lives controlled by the whims of the Directorate. The absence of these freedoms leads to a society that's not only oppressive, but also devoid of the diversity and dynamism that characterize thriving societies. This underlines the significance of safeguarding our rights and liberties, for they are the bedrock of any free society. Lastly, we see the indomitable spirit of humanity. Despite the harsh realities of the dystopia, there are glimmers of hope. Individuals dare to dream, to resist, and to fight for a better tomorrow. This resilience, this unyielding spirit, is intrinsic to humanity. It's a beacon of hope that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can triumph. The year 2150 might be a grim prediction of our future, but it also serves as a stark warning of what could happen if we forget the value of freedom and democracy. So, let's remember this vision and strive to build a future that champions individual freedoms, promotes balanced power, and celebrates the indomitable human spirit.